Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Block 80. Check. Block 54. Hey, tight down. There you go. Block it first.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Can't do better. Come on, QB, come on.
From the 45 on second down, Roethlisberger. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check. Switch. Joker. Hurry.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At the 44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's turning right here. He's turning to the right. Turning to the right. Everyone, you got four down.
Jackson now. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
And an alley to run. Swept down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I'm here all day.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
To the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. as the Ravens push further out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe he's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Watch the screen.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Six guard. Check 6 guard. Hey, check 24. Rotate. Bill. That's it.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Check 52. Quarter. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
You know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well,
the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Roethlisberger. Well, they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Ravens push further out in front. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Johnson was the intended receiver. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Check right. Watching your guy. Check right, check right. Mike 55, take off.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson on the move to his left. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here we go. Shift. Hey, alert. Black,
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This time, Jackson will throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a round, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Set, ready. Coming. I'm coming. Right slow. Travel. Sponge. No.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second and 9, Jackson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And they'll get this down to the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now Roethlisberger on first down. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Roethlisberger will throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Three yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hey, defense, let's go.
On second down, Swift. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's get up.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go, G. Here I come.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
It's now 2nd down.
On 2nd and a couple. Jackson dancing to his left. He'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
First First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 18-yard line.
To throw again on second down, Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand new NFL record.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
At the 50-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 70 ending. Watch twist.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets off a high spiraling kick. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
One down. You ready? Check 41. Hey, come on now. Raider 2.
Carr now on first down. The open man here, Renfro. And right away, he lost the football. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Third down.
Down. You ready? I got you. Express.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Quick pass out to Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You don't want to see me.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs.
You ain't going nowhere.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Set, ready. Put the flag. All that, baby, all that. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Rashard lost it, and the Texans scoop it. They find some open field here. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And some room to work. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
You got it. You got it.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped, and right now they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Steps away. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Watson, off play action. He finds his man Johnson. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That's what I'm talking about. Not hit.
Second and 12.
Mike 51.
36 yards.
Yo, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
93. 93. 41. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 36-yard line.
Mike down. Ready? Let's go one more. Shoot.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
6-18. What you got, Abby? Give me something.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll find Hall. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He wasn't ready.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Carr. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off of play action, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
What is that? 19, 24.
Here we go. 51 to Mike, boys. 51. Who that? Mike 51.
59. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Check 37.
Line up, go.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Jet, cover. 22. Jet, cover. 59. Bravo. Line up, go.
On first down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Down. 180.
Man, I got you. Tight dog.
Move it down.
They'll run on first down. Richard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you.
White Monday. 808. Hey, orbit. 41 to Mike. 41.
Carr going to throw.
What we got?
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Nevin Lawson with a pick. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. On first down, Jacobs. And he'll take this one down to the 36. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Raiders first down.
Here we go. Watch right. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Four down. You wide, Eddie?
Watch tight end. Tight right.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tackles.
Again, it's Miller. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
3rd and 2, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He spins free. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
51, Mike, 51.
Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that one almost intercepted. far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
Alert! 3-6! Check 9, check 9. 24! Mike, go. 51, Mike, 51. Ricky. Hey, Mike.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. The catch made by Miller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Set. Take. Don't let it breathe.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Let's bring it.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Screenplay, Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A gain of 6 there on first. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Reset. 19. 51. Come to my work. We want it.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. I got it.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 7-yard pickup.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
from the gun. Here's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal.
Come to me, it's me. Out. Check 4. Kill. Check safety. Here we go. Motion. Hey, alert 3.
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Carr. Jones has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check it backer. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Carr to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game.
Mike, set.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Rip right, rip right. Hey, watch it, watch it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Texans, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL. First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Chicago Bears.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Set, cut, go to base. 57.
Check back, check back.
First down, Brissett. It's caught by Mike Evans. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check tight.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Not today.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Cut.
53, right? 53, Mike.
Yeah, Jim. That's it.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
Keep it up, defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give them 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
57. Mike, 57. No chance. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Check. 57's the Mike.
Throwing. Brissett. He'll get this to Eckler. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Yo, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball. Squeeze. No.
Brissett sets to throw it. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
On 2nd down and 4. Goff, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
17 yards on that play for the Titans.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
From the red zone now, Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
53 at the mic. Good, 53 at the mic.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Brissett. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Brissett. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
180. Check 54.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Goff looking long for what? He's got a man, complete, past the 20, 10, touchdown Titans. D.D. Westbrook, 77 yards, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and a yard, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. To throw is Brissett. Airing this one out for Evans. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. 1st down, here's White. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Come on. Watch out. 2 for 1. We go. 76.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And the kick by Butker is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Brissett now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. He completes it to Evans. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Here's Brissett, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB go.
They'll throw again. Brissett, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
I smell fear in that offense. 25, check 25, check 25.
Slam. Shit.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Goff. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Titans going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. They'll run on 1st down. White. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have...
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Goff. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, Actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Brissett now. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Christian McCaffrey. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to 24. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a run with Cook.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cook with a first down and much more. That good for 22 and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Brissett to throw on first. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Brissett. And his throw is incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Throwing, Brissett. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 29, Goff. The open man is Westbrook. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's gone. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Goff now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, Haywood! 54! Coming this way, coming this way.
Again, Goff. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. A pitch back. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Watch the screen. What? Go. Get ready.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Brissett sets to throw it. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Go, Todd!
On first down, it's White, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Gone. This is White on the screen. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
61, matchbox lights. 6, here we go.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Here's Brissett. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 3rd down, Brissett, and Anderson's got it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. And to the air once more, it's Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Charlie.
Goff now looks to throw. Able to get away. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written him off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
To throw, Brissett looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They start the drive with Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he connects with Ertz. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. That keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
180. Check 43. 3 down, 3 down. Slam.
Value 3, value 3.
On 2nd down, Cook. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.